I hold my hands up. I hold my hands up. I was very critical of India in the previous games. I obviously was not watching properly. South Africa get to bat first today. A couple of changes to both sides, but I think what stands out about South Africa is Quinton de Kock scores 100. He's back to form. Rickleton comes into the side. Markram drops down the order. Bavuma plays as well, and Dazorzi gets dropped. Brevis comes in at 6. And you would think, based on how India had played, I saw a bit of criticism from Kohli saying he didn't step up as he needed to when he got his hundreds in the first two games. South Africa today should have done what Kohli did. We got ourselves into a fantastic position and then just kept losing wickets. And eventually, instead of scoring the 350 that we could have and pushed for the 400, we get rolled for 270. And then Jaiswal comes in, scores a beautiful 116. He was well supported by the guys around him. We only took one wicket as the Proteas. To remove Rohit Sharma, Kohli comes in and does his thing and was just deservedly man of the series. I mean, 200s and a red inker here. 302 runs. Jaiswal man of the match for his 116. Absolutely incredible. Quinton de Kock did what he could, but just kept losing wickets around him as the Proteas tried to up the tempo and just were not able to. Didn't have the platform. Eventually they get pumped for 270. And everything I said in the last game, where the Proteas were probably better over the first two games. Well, India had 350 plus on the board in both games. The Proteas probably could have had that today. At least 300. But I mean, India get 270 in 40 overs. And we only managed to take one wicket. It's rough. It was really difficult to watch because you don't understand. Firstly, how do India take 10 wickets? And how do the Proteas only get one? India bowled beautifully well, but the Proteas, in trying to up that tempo, trying to, carry on with the momentum that de Kock and Bavuma and Rickleton got them started with, it didn't work. India played sensibly. They chased the target down. They punished the bad bowling, of which there was far too much considering the runs on the board. And India played very, very well. It's going to break the screen a little bit. Actually, no, it won't. Okay, it does break the screen ever so slightly, but we will do what we have to do to just look at the scorecard. So in the Proteas innings, 270 all out. Quinton de Kock gets 106. Temba Bavuma unfortunately gets 48, not able to get his 50. Rickleton gets a duck. Breetzke makes 24, but then Markram 1. Brevis makes a runnable 29. Jansen makes 17. 9 only for Corbin Bosch. 20 not out for Keshav Maharaj, 1 for Ngidi, and 3 for Bartman. What you're looking at there is you see 106, you see Duck, and you see 48. Obviously, Rickleton, it's going to happen when you open the batting. You're going to get some good ones, you're going to get some bad ones. But the Proteas, when they lose that second wicket, 114 for 2 after 20 overs, you're thinking they can push on. Breetzke only makes the 24, and considering his record in ODIs, I mean, he averages over 50, so you would have taken it as a 50. Markram, after scoring a sensational 100, batting at 5. I don't know why. I know Dazorzi went down injured and they wanted to bring in another batsman. Couldn't you have moved him one up and maybe moved Breetzke down to 5? Could Rickleton have slotted down the order? Could Bavuma have moved down the order? I think Markram should have been up, particularly because Rickleton went out so early. Maybe there was an opportunity to just slide Markram in and say, well, you're basically opening the batting now. Just go out and do what you did in the previous game. Looking at the Indian bowling, 4 wickets for Prasidh Krishna. He's come under a lot of criticism. He does really well. Kuldeep Yadav picks up the 4 as well. India making one change. They bring in Tilak Varma. He did bowl 3 overs, but they were not quite as effective as he would have liked. Ashdeep picked up Rickleton, and Jadeja picked up Bavuma. And that was an important breakthrough at the time, and he does what he always does. In response, 3 Indian batsmen. 116 from Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rohit Sharma making 75, and Virat Kohli making 65 not out, or 45 balls. Impressive strike rate. Maharaj, the only player to pick up a wicket. Jansen bowled really well. Jansen and Maharaj bowled really, really well. Not well supported. Lungi Ngidi, 6.5 overs, none for 56, going at 8. Bartman, 7 overs for 60, going at 8.5. Corbin Bosch going at 8.83 with 53 runs from his 6 overs. Markram turned his arm over for 2 overs and went for 17. Marco Jansen bowled a maiden, 9 for 39. Keshav Maharaj picks up 1 for 44, going at 4.4 from his 10. Really poor, I have to say. And this is something that I've worried about with our white ball setups in terms of the Proteas. I don't think there's enough depth in bowling. Ngidi blows hot and cold. Sometimes he is a really good bowler. He's really skillful. He can swing the new ball. He's got variations, but sometimes he's not as good. Marco Jansen is a fantastic red ball bowler. White ball, not so consistent. He showed today that he can do that. Keshav Maharaj is a given. He plays really well in all formats. Really good control. And you've got Kagiso Rabada who doesn't play. What do you do when you don't have A, those guys available, B, who comes in? I like Corbin Bosch and he's stepping up most games, but he's not a particularly quick bowler. He's a medium pacer. I think they need to find some ways to make him more effective. He's a fine fifth bowler, but you need consistency than the other 4. I like Otniel Bartman. I know he was in the squad for a while. He's missed out through injury. He might just be returning now, returning to the setup. He hasn't gone well in the 2 games that he's played. And that's just a fact. And I also think the batting is a bit short. It's really difficult to analyze the Proteas teams. I sung their praises in the last video. I now have egg on my face and I have to accept it. India, I still don't think they were fantastic in this game, and it probably covers over a lot. They still weren't great in the other 2 games. There's still questions about Gautam Gambhir. I think they're a very good white ball side. I think they are. Their test side is struggling, but I think they're a very good white ball side. You've got Jaiswal, who for some reason doesn't play T20s, but now he's into the ODI side. You've still got Sharma and Kohli for the 50 overs. Gaikwad came in and has done all right in his 2 games. Didn't get much in the first. Gets 100 in the second. Doesn't bat today. Tilak Varma, happy for him. He's a player that deserves in the spot. I'm so sorry. KL Rahul, obviously keeper captain. Don't know if he'll be keeping the captaincy or if it's moving on to someone else. You've got then Jadeja, who's, he is one of the greatest all-rounders, probably of all time. Not the greatest, but he's a fantastic all-round player. Harshit Rana really stepped up with the ball. Not doing too much today. He went wicketless in his 8 overs, but he did do in the previous 2 games. He does a great job. Kuldeep Yadav is Kuldeep Yadav. Arshdeep Singh is a fantastic option for them with that left arm, and Prasidh Krishna shows that he can definitely be a squad player. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but if you consider who's ahead of him in the pecking order, you've got Bumrah and Siraj who didn't play. Arshdeep is probably ahead of him as well, and there was another person now, but I can't remember their name. That's probably also ahead of him in the pecking order. Proteas with perhaps a little bit of soul searching, a little bit, because you could argue they could have won the series 2-1 if they'd won that first game, which they should have done, given the nature of the wicket, given how close they got, despite the start that they had. If they start that game slightly better, they win the series 2-1. India, deserving winners probably of the series, posting 2 350-plus scores. You probably deserve to win both. The fact that they didn't win one shows how well the Proteas played, particularly Ed Markram in that second game. The ODIs are now over, and we move on to the T20s. And it is going to be very fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know what you thought of this ODI series.